Hello, it's Ashley here from Paper&Twine. We're going to see if we can cook this warming beef goulash, or at least prepare it rather, in about 5 minutes, which is what Gousto says the prep time is. So I'm going to set a timer. Alexa, 5-minute timer.
5 minutes, starting now.
Okay, so it tells me to peel and cut the brown onion into wedges. I've also got a little bit of red onion left over from yesterday, which I'm also going to use. This onion isn't making me cry yet, so that's good. I should have had a dish or a plate to put my rubbish on, but I can clear all this up afterwards. I have washed my hands before I started, and I've washed the pepper and the potatoes. My hands do look a bit grubby because I've been crafting all afternoon, but I can assure you that they are clean. So cut into wedges. Got this nice big sharp knife here. I'm going to do a trick that I often do when I'm prepping. I'm going to just use this lid as a, because all my chopping boards are in the dishwasher. So that's that, and we've got the little bit of red onion left over from yesterday, which has already been peeled. Chop that, chop that. I always find that recipes take longer than they say because I'm not very adept with my knife skills, even though I've been cooking for a very long time. So that's that done. Tells me then to de-seed the pepper, scrape the seeds and pith out with a spoon. I cut the top off. There's not a lot of seeds in this. Just going to take that bit off because I don't waste any of the pepper. I don't mind a bit of pith. I'm just going to put these seeds in the bin. Blue's behind me watching, sitting on the table, and I've got a non-alcoholic beer, which is very refreshing. I had a lovely afternoon crafting, working on my twinches for Woolly Steph's challenge, and I'm looking forward to this warming beef goulash. Got a few seeds there, I'll just pop in a bit. Add those to my lid. Then it says to add the corn flour to a plate. I've got a dish here. Let's see what's in our little bag of goodies. So this is all the herbs and spices that I need for this. Oh my word, we've got a cute little Henderson's relish. I don't know whether you can see that. I think Henderson's is the same as Worcestershire sauce, but it says strong and northern. Splash it on. Got our beef stock that we need. This is our corn flour. That's tomato paste, and that's paprika. So I've got a pair of scissors here just to snip. I can use this for all my rubbish. Then it tells me, oh my God, I'm getting corn flour everywhere because I'm rushing, because I'm trying to keep it to 5 minutes. So to add salt and pepper. Just give that a little mix. I should have put my pinny on. Look, I'm getting all messed up. This is how not to cook. Right. I've got my beef strips in here. And it says to coat the beef strips in the corn flour. They're little bits of meat, very little bits of meat. Right, what I'm going to do, see, there's my 5 minutes. Alexa, cancel timer. Alexa, set 5-minute timer.
5 minutes, starting now.
So I'm just roughly coating this in my corn flour mixture, getting very, very messy. So I guess this will help thicken our sauce. Okay, so I'm going to pop that in the bin and give my hands a wash. I should just pop you on pause. Okay, so I'm back. I've got clean hands. I've boiled the kettle for some stock and I've paused Alexa's timer. So I'm going to restart her. Alexa, restart timer.
Your 5-minute timer restarting now.
Okay, so I'm putting the heat on and I need a drizzle of, it says vegetable oil, but I'm using sunflower oil. I'm sure it doesn't matter. You could use fry light if you wanted to. Just let that heat up. And then in a minute we're going to add our meat to the hot oil and stir it around for a little bit. It says for 2 to 3 minutes or until browned. Okay, so we should be getting nearly there now. Didn't let that heat up enough because it's not sizzling, but it's fine. I'll tell you something about these meals. It looks like there's not very much when you kind of start cooking, but it is for 2 people. And I'm used to still cooking for a family of 5. I've still got that in my mental picture, if you like, of cooking meals. I'm cooking for 5 and there's only 2 of us, so this will be plenty. That's starting to sizzle. I'm not going to prod it too much, just going to let it do its thing. Dish in the dishwasher, try and keep tidy a little bit as I go along. Now we do keep these recipe cards, we've got a little folder, but this is typical of me. It's covered in shmoo already. It's got juice from the pepper. It's like one of my backgrounds actually, layering up bits of pattern. But there we go. Can you hear that sizzling now? I know you can't see what's in the pan, but when the dish is complete I will show you. So that's starting to brown quite nicely. And I'm going to add, in a minute, the onion wedges, the chopped pepper and the ground paprika, which is what gives goulash a little bit of warmth. It has been cold today, so this is going to be very nice. When I was a student, I wasn't a very good cook to start with. And I remember going for tea with my friend Judith. She lived in Halls, and I remember her cooking us something where the meat was coated in flour first. Okay, I'm going to turn that down a little bit now and add all of my vegetables. I'm going to need this lid in a minute. But put that bit of errant pepper in. And again, it says to cook this for 2 to 3 minutes. Let's pop the ground paprika in. I do like a bit of paprika. I guess if you didn't like the heat, you could leave the paprika out, but then it wouldn't be a goulash, would it? Okay, now I'm going to pour 350 millilitres of boiled water. So I've got my 350 millilitres of boiled water. I'm going to add my beef stock. I'm just going to get a spoon. Alexa, cancel timer. So we're at 10, Alexa, cancel timer. So we're at 10 minutes now. That's dissolved in nice and easily. I am going to now add in my tomato paste. Make sure I squeeze all of this out. Give that a stir. I'll turn that down a little bit more. Give this a stir. Nice and brown on the bottom. And cut the top off of Henderson's relish. Pour that in. Give this a stir. And add to the pan. That's really bubbling. It says to bring back to the boil, although it is boiling, and cover for 30 minutes. So we're going to put it on a low heat for 30 minutes. So Alexa, have I got a timer going?
There are no timers set.
Okay, so I reckon that's taken 12 minutes. I'm going to move it onto a different ring and come back in a little while. So the goulash has been bubbling away. Well, not bubbling, it's on a low heat. It's on my lowest setting. That's been bubbling away for 10 minutes, and I've taken the opportunity to clear the decks a little bit, tidy up. I've got my potatoes on. Potatoes were nice and clean. It says you don't need to peel them. I hate peeling potatoes for mash. Love mash, but I hate making mash. So they are just coming up to the boil. Well, it's just about to come up to the simmer. And I've gone ahead and chopped my parsley for the garnish. So it's just a case now of waiting for the potatoes to cook and the goulash to finish its thing. So here's our goulash after 30 minutes cooking. I just need to plate up and garnish with the parsley. And here's our mash, which has got a little bit of butter in it and some salt and pepper. I'm going to plate up and show you what it looks like. So here it is plated up. Doesn't look too bad. And here's what it should look like. 500 calories a portion, which is not bad for an evening meal, is it? I'll pop back later to tell you what it's like. So it's just after 8 o'clock and there are our empty plates. So all in all, it was a nice dinner from midweek. It was fairly easy to do. Mr. Paper&Twine enjoyed it. At first he said he was a bit intimidated by the big chunks of onion, but they had melted quite nicely into the sauce. I think if I was to do it again, I would use bigger chunks of beef because they were very small and they did kind of shrink away to nothing and were quite tough. The flavour was good, the prep was easy, and it's filled us up. So a good plate of food. Thanks very much for watching. Bye now.